Romans 14:23, and he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin. The just shall live by faith. This is said 3 times in the New Testament, and that's the Christian walk. We're walking on water. We're not working to be sin-free. We simply don't do things that we know in our heart is sin. The entire discussion in Romans chapter 14 is about dietary laws. And Paul's showing that, hey, if you're weak in your faith and you think you can only eat herbs, well then by all means, only eat herbs. When you grow in your faith and you understand that all things are lawful for me, but not all things are expedient, you understand you can now eat bacon, you can now eat shrimp and all that sort of thing, because that's not part of the law of righteousness. But the point here is sinners will use this verse and say, oh, well, if you do anything that's not of faith, you're sinning. They don't know what they're talking about. Christians simply don't do things that we know in our heart is sin. Because sin is doing something that if you saw somebody else doing it, you would say they were sinning. That's what Jesus is saying in Matthew 7:1 and 2. But they're totally ignoring the first clause. If you doubt, you're damned. Meaning, if you do something that you think in your heart is a sin and you do it anyway, you are damned. You are still a sinner because all sinners inherit eternal damnation. Christians are no longer sinners. Christians are sin-free saints. We just don't do things that we know is sin, and we go and sin no more.